So, White Knight update. It's still on, isn't it? We've got a bottle full. Basically, that float switch is now obviously tripped. Taping it down didn't help in the first place, but untaping it wouldn't hasn't helped either, because it allows more water to gather in the bottom recess, and now it's full. Basically, it's not pumping any water up, so the tank is still empty. So the pump itself, more than likely, the pump itself, that wiring's not, the wiring to the pump's not right, or maybe the pump itself may be slightly broken, may have been eaten. So we'll have a look at this further at another point. So we'll take it out of play for now. Right, let's test these two. So both these are for the collection. I'll start with this Hoover. We're going to get it on with some washing in. It needs fixing. And what's really annoying is I both travelled for it. Went about 45 miles or so to go get it. And looking online, on Facebook Marketplace, this is 80 quid. And looking at it, reading it, nothing really that skeptical about it. Pulled up there, and there's two guys stood outside the house, which I found, like, waiting around. I got out, and he said, "Oh, I've had to put it down the alleyway." Okay. Well, bear in mind, he put into the whole thing that you can test it before you buy it. Now, these are the type of people that are, how should I put this? Not necessarily very good for society. Yeah, them kind of people. Don't really do anything other than, you know, do illicit things. So, anyway. I walked up to it. It was getting dark. Now, cosmetically, it's not that. It's okay. It's quite good for a Hoover, which is. But I instantly spun the drum and went. Yeah. Anyway, and I thought about it before turning back and getting into the car and going, no, it's broken. I thought, well, this is a pulsate, right? And they were rare to start off with, and there's none around anymore, presumably because they've all died of bearing failure. Or the heater error code at some point. But anyway, I still paid £80 for it. But anyway, let me continue with the story whilst I put some washing in. So anyway, I spin the drum and he says, "You sure you don't want to test it?" I said, "I'll go on then." So he goes into his house, brings out this extension cable. Right, from B&M, plugs it in. Now the reason why I'm asking to get it on, because I want to make sure at least that it switches on. Right. To be fair, this hasn't died of liquid abuse. I think this has died of. The bearings have died from what I think is limescale. Not sure. Or cheap detergent. So, he turned it on and instantly started running. And me a little bit baffled myself. And then it just ended. But actually this machine does have a bit of a problem when you start a cycle. You can't seem to cancel it for some reason. So, yeah, that's the problem. Anyway, what I'm going to do is select baby. 60 degrees, normal soil. I'm going to put on sensitive care and stain blaster, which doesn't adjust anything. It never does. Bit of detergent in. It doesn't clip. The clip's broke. on the dispenser. Presumably from someone trying to clean it. Which isn't a bad thing. So I suppose it has been looked after in a way. I do think it's been used at higher temperatures, just not necessarily. I think the water hardness has kind of destroyed it a bit. Put a bit of Almat in. So anyway, another reason why I still bought it is I still got a spare tub. So anyway, we're going to test it now properly, because at the end of the day, if the pulsate works, you know, and all the board works for it, start, then I'm going to just turn that spin down, only because the bearings are obviously gone. I don't want to spin at 1600. Okay, it buzzing. Have I not turned the water on? Have I plumbed it in? Well, hooked it up. I don't think I've turned it on. I've not turned it on. Hang on. Right, so there we go. That's filling up with water. See how it all plays out. The IZ, you push this back. So anyway, a little bit more on the story. So it automatically went on to a cycle straight away. Must have been on spin. Anyway, that hadn't been, just been turned off, not cancelled. You can't seem to cancel a program on this for some reason. You have to let it run. Anyway, might put it on spin, and as it starts tumbling away, literally on distribution, and he's going, "Oh, ain't it quiet?" I'm thinking, the bearings are gone, and it's not even started spinning yet. But it has got a silent pulse inverter, and it is quieter than the other ones. Yeah, it does have a literally 2 tumbles. There we go. Right, IZ. So, turn it on. Right, so this should work. Not sure whether the armature or the brushes are gone, or going, shall I say, on the motor. It's not perfect, but this should work, I suppose. Bought it for myself, 20 quid, locally, and the funny story is that I saw this, messaged it, and then Marketplace instantly fired another IZ. Look where it was, and it was near Mr. Zanussi guy 1600, and I thought he'd appreciate one of these as well. So I sent him the link for his, he went and bought his. I went and bought mine, but we do think that both of these are suffering similar problems. Stain, and then we've got jet straight away. Look at that jet. Nice. Now we're on to heat. I'm gonna let it heat for a few minutes. This says active, so we're at 14 degrees at the minute. Don't know about Mr. Laundry guys, but mine did live there for years, and they're putting a new kitchen in, so seemed genuine. So we're going to go from 14 and let it heat to about 20ish, so we know that the heater at least works in a little bit of a way. We're going to move on. It's heating alright, by the looks of things. This will cut out at 40, I think. It heats to 40 and it cuts off. That's off the heating, alright. This is because it's been used on Cotton's Quick 30. Love it. Drying, but the sauce doesn't have drying. Last one was E41, door lock error. Bye, counsellor. So, put some. I'm gonna put some washing in. This is balancing it. Yeah. So there we go. Channel's 90, 1600 outdoor sports on. Outdoor sports is basically intensive. Love it. Although that is only filled up through the pre-wash. Yet to see the jets on this yet. Right, Hoover is just not heating. It's stone cold. The jets haven't been on at all yet. The brushes are fine on that, it's just the armature. It's the similar armature fault that you get on hot points, but it is heating. We're about 30 there, and I reckon it's going into some kind of stain phase, I think. Hence now doing really slow tumbles. And we've got this, which I bought a few weeks ago actually. Then I became ill, so it is then sat in the van for 2-3 weeks. But let's see if this works. So this is come from, I would say, a house clearance, but it's not. Basically the guy's mother had passed on, so he was just kind of, he wasn't just clearing out the house, he was also doing up the house as well, ready to sell on. So he's putting a brand new kitchen in. So obviously we're selling all the old appliances. I say old, the washing machine's obviously old, but there was a brand new oven, but he was putting a newer oven in it, brand new oven in, with a new kitchen. So anyway, this should work fine. I'll put it on program 1. I'm going to set half load, because we have only got half a load. And if he looks familiar as well, I've not had one of these before, and I've had one of these before. It's a candy foam stainless. Mine was a C1040, this was a WM1000X. Can't really tell any difference. Even the manual has the same both numbers on it, so I can't tell what the difference is. The only thing that may be different is the there's no the pumps at the back. I think that's the only difference. I think the pump was at the front with the C1040. Maybe the draw's different, I'm not entirely sure because I can't really remember it too much. Switched her on, so we'll get on. While that's doing that, I'll just show you some things cleaned up. We'll just start with this. I can't remember if I've done a bit on it, but basically, so we can change brushes on this. For some bizarre reason, on this particular motor, they've used Bosch brushes, but they put them in specific carbon brush holders with these. So you put the Bosch brush into there as normal, and you build it all back up again. Simple. So that should be done at some point. There's a hot point dishwasher. It's not plumbed in or anything. I just put it there, out of the way, ready, waiting for pots and, you know, pots. I say pots. It's like I don't have pots and pans here. Got this to test. It's another Bosch Silver Edition. I've still got the first one I had. Still needs to be fixed. This one's a bit hard to get open. I do know about it. Came from auction, of course. Probably paid more than I should have done, but I say that, but like, not mega. The only reason why it won't open is rather simple, because when I was looking, it's just that. There's a screw missing. So I need to sort that out. Push it down, screw in, it should open fine then. Sort of try and re-clip it in somehow. I don't think it's clipped in properly. See, push down, it's absolutely fine. But then of course we need to check that it actually, I'll put the screw in afterwards. And then the other thing, put down, is I picked up this off the street. So we're going to have to wait a while for this. It's a Beko Aquatech from 2021. So it's only 2 years old. They're throwing it out for some reason. I suspect some kind of board reason, since these are very common. But they chopped off the cord and the water pipe. That does look... They're taking the door off, but from what I can work out, they've only unscrewed the door, so that isn't broken at all. So here we go, we'll have a look. Aquatech own whiz. It's got that in it. Dial turns on fine. Weird blue paddle. 2 normal paddles. Drum sounds fine. Yeah, I don't know. The bracket's still there, so all they've done is taken out the screws, which is thankful, I suppose. And then this is a B Pro 500. What's the actual model number? B5W 510141AW. Too many numbers. So yeah, couple of screws on, cable, pipe. I don't know. We'll see what's wrong with it. I'm guessing board. The only other thing I haven't checked is down here. Yeah, I haven't done that. Ooh, I can't even check the pump because the pump's like hidden. That's weird. Just you know how clean it is, I think it's the board. But we won't know until we plug it in, until like hook things up. I'm not giving up on it, so yeah. Uh-oh. That pressure switch is not working. And you can tell it's not working because it would have engaged the motor by now. Oops. It does do something. It's like that. Ooh, whoops. Right, okay, let's put it onto that. the heater's definitely not working on that. Okay, let's go into spin now. By the time I've moved, still at 400. There we go. 600,000. I'll have to fill my door spots at some point. It's just drained. And it's only ever filled for the P-wash, so yeah, P-wash. Right. So this is the pressure switch tube, which the actual pressure chamber is absolutely fine. Blow gently. And as you can see, it's clicking away. So, but as you, that being said, hang on one sec. I just thought of something. I don't remember it clicking. Ah, no. Because I stupidly walked away. Right, okay. So what I'll do in a second is adjust the have a look at the connections. So this is the second thing we need to look at. Also, this is quite out, which is a bit bizarre. Right, okay. Let's try something. Right, so the best way to check if the pressure switch is broken is we're going to stick it on, I'll stick on rinse. Turn it on. Oh, turn on water. stick it on the condiments. I'm going to stick half load on for a reason. The switch works, or at least on the rinse anyway. Maybe I might have just dislodged something. Maybe I've just got it working again. I don't know. But this hasn't really, may not been used for a while. Maybe it needs adjusting. It works alright. Let me just put it all back together and try again. Oh, and just while we're at it, so let's check the full load one as well. Yeah, it works. Nah, I'll put it back together. By the way, the jet's dribbling, but that's normal because it's that full of foam. It just can't pump it up. That's still on wash. Still not heated. Also, I've just been reading up on the pulsate. It should activate both during the wash and the rinses. Wash at the start, a bit like the Quattro system, then rinses sort of within it. So we'll see what happens. Well, the candy does have a small leak. Anyway, we'll have a quick look at this. Half load first. So the Lucy's dropped time because it's up a lot quicker. That's just so sucks. The jets have still not come on yet. Not sure. This we're gonna adjust the pressure screw and see what happens. There is 2 screws on it, isn't there? That sounds healthy. Wow! And what I've just done there is turn off the spin. I don't know what's worse, the fact that it was still locking like crazy or just completely like destroying itself. So, oh, no. I can't see the jets. can't hear a pump or anything. Wow. Just see what colour it is in there. That's amazing. I can't get it. What colour it is? Yeah, it's absolutely, like, amazingly brown. Like, the towels went in clean. That's amazing! That's unsensitive. I'm gonna do something different once this is done. I'm going to just run it as normal, no sensitive, no stains, and then see if the jets work. This Hoover's a menace. Right, so guess what? There's our fill mark. And it looks like if you take half load off, it's perfectly not filling anymore. In other words, I think the full load is now set lower than the half load. Let me try something. This Hoover is getting more and more horrid as I use it. It's now overfilled and giving me an E04 error code because it time fills whilst on the sensitive mode, and of course that means if you interrupt the power it's just going to fill up even more. So let's load it up, and it's going to try and fill up straight away. I can't pause it. and it will barely drain. And I can't pause the cycle. This is a horrid machine. This machine will not cancel a cycle at all. There's no way to cancel a cycle, so it has to carry it out. And if you somehow get rid of the error code, it will automatically resume that cycle. Horrid, 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 horrid machine. You know, this is quite nice. Ooh, it's gonna do a spin wash, I think. Because I think I've rinsed 2. Does this do rinse spins? I can't remember. Might do in the Cotton 60. It's only distribute so. Right, I bought this. It is an alliance. That means it's a commercial. JF3LEF SP411 EW01 240 volt 21 amp single phase. Now that's important because I bought single phase. Actually, believe it or not, I don't. This unit I can have 3 phase, but the cost of putting 3 phase in is quite a lot. Now 3 phase, where I bought it from was a laundrette, but they had converted. This was one of the service machines for the public to use, so it's got a coin mechanism on it for payment. But they have changed, to be fair, quite a long time ago, to Miele Professionals to replace these. But they kept one in the back room to carry on with. There we go. Right, let's have a look. Let's see where the heater is. At the front, isn't it? It had to be. That's quite impressive. It's still belt driven. But we've got a 4-point suspension. Some motor electronics down there for the inverter motor, and the wiring diagram. Oh, we've also got a filter on the pump. The front does come off as well, quite easily. So, hey ho. Now I'm going to have a very quick look at this and then figure out if it's got 1 or 2 heaters. Because I'm hoping if it's got 2 heaters, I'll unplug one. If it's only got 1, I'm going to do some modifications of some sort. Yeah, to be fair, what we might do is I will eventually get some kind of 30 amp connection in. But I'd end up swapping that out for a less substantial cable. That is proper industrial. But essentially, Alliance also do make front loaders for the American market, since this is an American made machine. Cool. And indeed, look at that. Heater 1. Heater 2. Heater 2 is grounded, so we'll disconnect heater 1. White and black, grey and white, white and red, grey and red to the pins. Look, there's only one temperature. This is quite good. So, okay. This is going to sit in the van now for now, but tomorrow we'll get it out. And we'll take off the front panel. Also, it's got manual programming mode. At the minute, we've got 60, 40, 30 cottons, as well as 40 permanent press and 30 permanent press, and a delicate cycle. And I'm going to change it because obviously I want 90 instead. 90, 60, and 40. So yeah, right. Come back to that. Yeah, now the candy's just working for some reason now. Something triggered this morning where I noticed that once it got down low, say to about that much in the drum, there was another click. I thought, that's odd. Wasn't doing that before. And that low click's obviously to engage where the heater is. So that click was then obviously it out. I thought, let's put it on wash. Now, it's working. And that's about the right water level. Anyway, this heap of junk wasn't draining, basically. Yeah, and you can't open and empty the filter at the front because that's not actually the filter. Well, it is, but it's not actually the main filter. It's not the main pump. That's the recirc pump, and it's not jetting because there was nothing actually getting into that chamber. So there was nothing to kick up. That, and the fact that it was full, and I'm not kidding when I say full of, I'll just show you in here. You see, where is it? So we've got sort of bits in here. Let me just show you. So we've got this here. Can you see? All of this in here. All of that there. All of that was taken out. Now it looks like bits of the spider, but I know the bearings are gone. But the spider, I'm not too sure. But even so, if it is a spider, how is it still all intact? Because that's not every single bit of it, because of course there's some up the hose out of the machine, and the jets will not work as well because the actual hose lines to the jets, so what go from the pump to inside the door, are also filled up with this crud, whatever this crud is, and it's powdery, almost like sand. Anyway, let's see if that heats now. There's a new C, so that's had citric acid through it. I've now put some Supermix in. Supermix is brilliant because that's kind of a mix of soda, crystals, really bleachy powder and all sorts in it. So that is really powerful. And then I'm going to drain it off, take the seal off, bleach the seal. I'm also going to, actually, also while I'm at it, I'm going to take out the dispenser system as well and clean that, because, yeah, that's horrific. That's also going to get bleached. Ooh, wow. Now, here's the thing. The reason why this is so heavily covered in mould is because it comes from such a soft water area, a really soft water area, so soft your Buxton water comes from it. Yeah, literally the same place that I found that whenever washers come from a soft water area, mould really grows extremely fast within the drawer. And there's like nothing you can do. Even if you don't use the drawer, which a lot of people do, and then they'll come to open it and go, why is it full of mould? Only way is obviously to keep it open after the washes, but truth be told, it's, you know, we are that soft. For some reason, hard water, limescale water, doesn't seem to create mould. So that should be heating now. That piece of junk is going to get taken out. And I'm going to strip the parts off it. I'm going to strip all the... I'm going to take the door seal off. I've got to take the door seal off anyway, full stop, because when we drop the new tub in, it's going to have to be put on manually. But got to do it anyway, just so we can try and get this crud off somehow. There's no mould on it, it's just this crud. I suspect whoever was using it, the heater was obviously gone, but they've been using powder still. And then I need to jet the lines. May also suspect that actually maybe the heater isn't gone. It may just be dripping out because the bearings were dripping water onto it. There is that. I haven't really checked. Not going to bother checking either, because we're just going to drop a tub in and get this all up and running again. Obviously once the Zanussi's door seal is cleaned and we put back on, we will be doing some wash racers. I want to do a jet system progression one at some point. I want to do a basic and a top of the range. I've got a, if anyone remembers, quite a long ZWF, I think 1231. I think that's it. A 1231 basic with, so it's still got the buttons and everything, but it's the one with no door. Obviously there's a door lock light, but there's no display, that's it. So it's sort of basic top of range. Even though they're not quite in time together, although that being said, if you get the progress fix, there is that, which there may be a possibility of that happening. So there's that. And then there's this. So now you can actually see it for the first time. It's coming in. It's going to come in here. I've had to. It's outside. See? With its hoses. That's pathetic. Oddly enough, they do a bigger drum. Doesn't need to get a key. So a thing I forgot to get. Anyway, that is going to go, because of its size, it's going to have to go here. And then what I'm going to do is swap the Bosch dryer and washer. I'm going to put the Bosch dryer on top of that Commercial Alliance at some point. So yeah, that's the update for now. Hopefully that's heating. Oh yeah, it's heating. There's heat, alright. That should kick back in a minute. We're nearly at 35, whatever. I'll get a little 1000 T back out. Right, so we've got a Beko WM84125 here. It's the same as that one down there. Except this one is for scrap. The tub's fine, but what's actually happened is I believe, because the fact is I haven't been able to properly look at it yet, but I believe the motor has caused the main board to blow, because what happens is you turn it on and nothing lights and the pump constantly runs and the door is, this is also why this is like this, because the door is locked and I had to rescue the washing out that was inside at the time. This, what replaced it was a Becker WMP652, which I already supplied to the same people. It was just that Becker then became a spare when they moved house. So all we've done is swapped that over with this. This was bought with the house, so they've had about 18 months with it. So for 18 months use, but I think what's happened is the brush has run out, and it's happened with another machine of another Becker I've got, where it's taken the actual coil as well at the end of the brush. Yeah, I think that's what happens, but I don't know 100%. So why don't we just go and get the screwdriver out right now? Right, so to be fair, initially, even I remember when I opened it up, I don't remember actually seeing any blackening per se. Like, there's no giveaway on, say, the main suppressor. But what was described was, what happened was there was some smoke and then the electrics tripped whilst it was mid-spinning. Maybe, I'm just thinking, the motor seems fine. I think the brushes have worn out, but it just seems odd that you know, when you power it on, it's immediately powering the drain, and the door lock's obviously still locked, and stuff like that. Interestingly, this was made in 2016. So this was out when that Beko twin jet of mine was out. Interesting. So it does give you a stark contrast how long they were running the door for as a design. Part of me wants to replace that main suppressor and then see what happens, because I think it might just be that. I'm hoping, but this is just pure guesswork now, isn't it, really? Yeah. There is a bit of rust on this front panel here. Although, yes. Right, let's see if this IDC 8T3 now works. Now, last time, for some bizarre reason, after changing the stats, it still wasn't heating. Bit of an odd one. So, don't know what was going on there. Right, so, just ignore the fact that the panel's not on, or the top panel's not on. The other side is, the drill ran out of battery, and it turns out that when you're trying to tighten the screws, you're not as good. Anyway, what I've done, I was testing it. I couldn't really work out why. So what I've done is I've changed the heater unit. Nothing there. Now we've got a completely different heating unit and it's still not running right. It's still not heating. I only put it in knowing full well that there's nothing wrong with the other heater, if that makes sense. So I did put the tester on. The tester seems to be coming back fine, that the heater's fine. So I'm not entirely sure why it's doing it. I'll do a little, the only other thing I'll do is I'll just test the heater on this as well, because this is working. We know that's working. Seems to unbury it. So I think, yeah, we'll go down that route of put the thinner ones in. I'll buy some thinner ones. I think we'll go down the route of testing. We'll test the heater continuity on this because we know it works. In fact, let's do that now then. Right, so we'll get our put it there. There's 2 pins. Run sort of about 90 ohms for some reason. Fair, I don't have light. Can't remember which one. Oh, so that's running 45 ohms. Hang on then. And that's a point blank 0. $45 ohms and 103. Now for some reason on the other two, and this is the other 2 heaters, so this is that the one that's in, I'll just show you. We'll get the other unit. We've got the heat unit that's in now, which is taken from that one, which is slightly older, and then we've got this one. So here we go. So look, I'll show you. So let's see, let's work this out. So we've got those 2 there, which is giving us 46. That's giving us $46 ohms. That one is giving us 103. That's giving us 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? Watch. Same pins, same order. Ready? So we've got that one and that one, and there's nothing. Got that one and that one. And we've got 102 ohms, which is fine. And then we've got that one and that one. Oh, there's nothing. So really, we've only so actually the only problem is that one there. So let me have a look between them 2. That's orange. That one and that one. Orange. Okay. Might be able to fix this. Actually, well, we might be able to, but for some reason it's starting to fall bits. For some reason this will no longer clip into that frame. So what we'll do, I'll take the other heater, which is also doing the same thing, and we'll put new stats in that instead. Because bear in mind, I didn't know whether the stats worked or not, because we never actually tested the dryer that's next to it, because that's not a recall. Because I never tested that dryer. So there you go. Maybe that's probably the reason. So never mind. Right. Let's just turn that off. And I will get some stats. And I'll put them in that heater. Ta-da! It's heating! Perfect. We'll get a condenser, okay. And yeah, start putting some washing. Right, so we've finally rebuilt. It's been sat here for ages. Finally rebuilt that. Put a new bearing pad on. Should work fine. It was working fine beforehand. I'd had knocking that back in, rad it off. Yeah, this is really hot. Right, this is how a dryer. This is how a dryer is, but it's got some really high stats in it now. So yeah, I'm not really surprised. Oh yeah, it's got the Futura one in. Well, the rusty one I scrapped. That's why it's got it. But of course it's gonna get hot. Because everything's cleared. But yeah, when I say hot, really hot. You can touch them, but truth be told, you need some cool down before you take them out. I think we're probably running somewhere about 70, 80 on the clothes, so because that's gone beyond dry. They've been over dry by accident, which didn't really take a very long time. Yeah, kind of forgot these get quite hot. But saying that, even this is hot. Let's look at the new stats in, and this is on low heat, and it's still hot. Not baking hot, but even for low heat, this is still high. Shouldn't take too long. Yeah, they're already dry because they've only been in for about 10-15 minutes, if that, and we're done. So yeah, let's add that. Right, so that's nearly done. So what we're going to do is run the 306 again in a minute. Put some more washing in. Some wash race. Bingo. Stupid camera. Right, so let's test this. This is in a testing video quite some time ago. So we're now testing 61 now. So, fitting new stats. New stats fitted. There is a little bit of a scrape that you can hear there. and we're getting nice and hot. And that's a low heat. Ooh. So this is a 4/1. We're on 2.5 over 2.5. 4/1. What is getting hot? Yeah, it looks like when he reverses it actually does switch off the heater. Yeah, so new starts fitted. Brilliant. Right, I'm going to get some washing in. We're going to get some of this washing that we've done for wash races starting to dry. While that's doing, we'll finish off an IDC 83T. Hopefully that will work, because that's got a bizarre problem. I did reset the stats and it still didn't work. So we're going to try something else. I have tested the heater. Its resistance seems fine. It is weird. So I'm not entirely sure why the IDC A3T is doing that. We'll talk about the second one we've got. The first one's put it back together. I did forget to do one little thing on this whilst refurbishing it. So we still need to hoover it out and clean it a bit. But while we're at it, yeah, it just needs that. The rear bearing will probably need doing as well. Yeah, basically if there's any movements it should be replaced.
Getting over here.
That soon chucks out some heat. Switch it back to low again. Let it start doing this thing. That's doing that. I'm going to respin this just gym wear. It's in there. Oh, yeah, I'm getting there. There's two. So hopefully that will be okay. So we're running for a couple of hours, an hour or so. We've gone through 2 loads of synthetics now. And yeah, there's actually a little bit of water in there. So that means the reservoir's filled up now and we're starting to pump up water. Right, let's test this out that I got from auction. Now here's something interesting. And door handles are not great. Yeah, this isn't a recalled machine because it's a 9 kilo model. So there's a black lock. Anyway, look at this. See all that? That is all detergent. But it's not mouldy because that is powder detergent. Especially there, that's powder detergent. All up there, powder detergent. You know, it goes foamy in the wash, like I have done. That's what happens after a while. And does it stain it? No. So what you do is rub it off. Right, plumbed it in, turned it on. So it's on, 2, off, 1, 3, 1, spin drain, 2, 3. That felt. Set to 40 as well. Now we're going to test this under here. Hang on. There we go. Look at this. Apart from the heat shield smashed. That was the giveaway. So it was labelled as a Logic washing machine, as they all do with all the washer dryers there for some reason. Because I don't think they realise. Listen to that. That's the heater. Anyway, so this is medium made, and as of all medium made machines, it's got, well, medium made machines at the time, it's got a implicit drum. Look at that. The door seal is, yeah, it's pretty much clean. It's got the same problem as that this, which is sort of fluff build up. So what I do know is that it does work on spin, because I cheekily plugged it in the day before the auction and put it on spin, and that's it. But of course we don't know if anything else works. So this is quite unusual, this machine. This has eco time, which is always lit, regardless. And essentially what you're doing is choosing how many kilos you want. Right, look at that. So you got 1 kilo, 2 kilo, 3 kilo, 4 kilo, and A's Auto. So carton 40 at level 1 is 1L39. And this is on every program, believe it or not. So look, synthetics, level 3, 1, 2 and 3, 1 kilo, 2 kilo, 3 kilo. This dial's ever so a little bit temperamental. Wool, not available, probably because it only washes at 1 kilo. Quick wash, 1, 2 and 3. And this has wash only as well. Rinses and spin, spin, dry, iron and freshen. Freshen up. I don't think dry works. Or is it eco time that changes it? Oh yeah, it's eco time. Level 1, 2, and 3. It's auto. I think it's auto dry. Hence why eco time's not available there. Because if I go back to what here, and I set dry, it only gives you 1 level for some reason. Interesting. But won't give you... Oh, I see. So you're going to work on level 1, 2 and 3 in it. I just worked that out. Right, what this does there is when you select dry on and make it a wash and dry, 3 kilo is cover dry or extra dry, whatever you call it, probably cover dry. 2 kilo is ready to put away, and 1 kilo is iron dry. Smart. Right. So I'll just leave it there. 1200 spin, 90 degrees. Actually, I'm going to put some washing as well, because I don't think this needs much cleaning. I think it's level. Like I said, it does spin, and the pump works as well. So I have no quirls about it not working too much. Same with that, that's now fully working. Oh, and if you wonder why I bought it, I thought it did go maybe a little more than what I wanted to, but because I wanted it more for filming purposes, it was for exactly that. It's unusual. That seems absolutely fine. I'm going to put some towels in that as well. Put it on the Passport 60. And then I'm going to hook that up and have a go with this. It's a WD-420, also from auction. Went cheap enough, but I think just about right, to be honest, for this age. So we're going to do that. Still, then I'll pull that candy out and we'll put that in. Have a go with this, see what happens. That's quite a nice sounding motor. It is rather quiet. Right, let's play guess the detergent they've used. But they've used powder. Right, that's for 60. Now, so obviously still a common issue with the really I was going to say, the common issue... Yeah, it doesn't go through the powder. What's that? Why has it done that? Yeah, absolutely fine in testing mode. And now you won't turn off. Then for some bizarre reason, without even trying to turn it off, it's managed to come off by itself. So it's got a heater relay stuck, but there's no heat. Start again, shall we? Let's do it again. That's probably why I've chucked into auction then. Right, let's have a look. You know it heats though, so... Oh, that's weird though. Because it's suggesting that it's on now. Well, it's not. Take a look. This time around it's unlocked itself, but yeah. It's still flashing FO8. Let's see, it's still on. It is unfortunately buyer beware when you're getting these from auction. There's no comeback. And that's why. Now the good thing is, how much I paid for it would have been the same as sort of buying a machine off Facebook that's broken. The good thing is obviously the tub is still fine. Right, let's have a look at this then. It's WD-420. Suspension has been done. It stinks to high hell. It's still got the original seal. Oh yeah. Yeah, updated in suspension. Original seal, stinks to high hell. We'll just do a quick test wash in it, I think. I'm gonna just put it on E. Some drying. And some towels. I'm getting short on towels. So, no, let's just do a basic check on it first. So, rinse and spin. That's the no drying. Also, this is a later. Let's go on spin. This is a later variant because it's only got cold fill only, so it means it has got a triple valve for the washer dryer. Now just let that do that. We'll quickly just take the back off this and have a quick look at the NTC. That's what makes me think it's causing this. I think the NTC is blown and it thinks it's at boil already. Might just, oh no, I think it's timed on the test wash. I don't think it necessarily keeps to 40, even though you can set it to 40. Yeah, gone through drain. It drained really quickly actually. But well, listen to how loud the motor is. It has to spin back up again. Yeah, not brilliant, but I'll still. I'll cancel the cycle and I'm going to stick some towels in and we'll put it on passport 60 with the drying and then we'll go from there. do think worth checking the brushes first. If it's the motor itself, because it's quite loud, that motor, I'm sure I've got a motor somewhere that fits, because the amount of WFs I've scrapped over the years, although trying to fit it's going to be a little bit of a pig, because of course you've got to get it through that little back flap thing. Right, so all done is unplug the heater. Let's just have a quick look. So this is how to test if it's the relay on the board. So I'm not getting it straight away this time. Right, okay. I'll just quickly do something else. Alright, so what I'm going to do is slowly plug everything back in. I'm going to start with the NTC first and see what that does, and then I'm going to plug the heater in. Try again. How are you going first? Now, so I'll just plug the heater in. And now start it. Now the heater's been unplugged, the NTC's been unplugged, now I've plugged everything back in again. I think we found our faults. Time to change the heater. What I think is actually happening, believe it or not, there's a tiny earth leak on the heater which is causing that. Because when I did actually do a heater to earth test, it's something like 160,000 ohms resistance between the heater and the earth. Still, that's a simple fix. Go get a heater. Oh, and just to update on that, that's already hitting towards 90. See? Distribution, the heat has just gone off. We are actually at 90. Or 80 or 85, whatever you call it. Ah. This doesn't really need testing, I've just finished putting it all back together. Put some watch clips in. The condenser's been... I've put... there's an older condenser in there. I've got what it's from. Oh, the CTD00. I was scrapped ages ago. 2 hours? And there's nothing. Why is there no action? I think the cables may have come out of this. whilst I've been repairing it. I'll just take the lid off. Because I have had the entire front off as well, so it didn't help. There's 2 screws I need to put back in anyway, in the lid. No, you need to. This lid's on solid without the 2 screws in the back. Right, quick look. Let's see. They're in. Yep. They're in. Yep. Going along there. There's a oh yeah, there's a ta-da! I've seen it. No action because that's not in. Now we're back in. Right, these are really sharp. That is unbelievably sharp under there. Really need to invest in some gloves. So anyway, easily done. And we're back on. It's not pumping. And then we'll put that on there. I think. Or not. Is that full? Yeah, no. Well, logic washer dryer is finished, but it's definitely not heating. That's for sure. Oh, is it? Or is it? Not sure. Right, so what I'm going to do there is I'll quickly put on like dry only. Oh, it does. Now, put on fast wash. I'll just get some fabric softener. Put it on yeah, E, fast wash 60. There's a bit of a, problem with these LEDs. Can you see? Run wash. Now, it is actually getting hot in there. So, I suspect, because this is a sensor dryer, that it's not detected the load because the load was all stuck. That's why I put a little bit of fabric softener with that. Now what I found with washer dryers is that you actually do need a fabric softener to stop the stuff usually from clinging from the side to the side of the drum. No, so the WD-420's actually got a fault. That's still going. Looks like you put an hour dry on. If you put on like level 1, which is supposed to be iron dry, I think it will just dry for an hour regardless. So what fault have we got now? I can't remember. So can't remember if you read down or you read upwards. But you've got usually 1, 2, 4, 8. Well, I can't remember if it's the other way around. So we've either got faults 1 and 4, which is a 5, which is the pressure switch. It's hot, alright. It's drained the water. So it's an F5 for some reason. Try again. God damn, high heat. F5 or let's look at it another way. Wouldn't make sense. F20. That's not right. That's F05. So it may have just taken a bit too long to drain out. I don't know. Mind you, drained out perfectly fine yesterday, and quite quickly as well. But let's see what happens. Working now. Make sure it dries and everything, and then we've got to make, and then eventually the motor will be changed over. It's not brilliant, is it? Yep, these try to spin before it's even drained. Every time. I have no idea what's going on with this hot point because it's not from the water for drying. I'll just try and work something out here. The other thing is, I'm trying to say drying high heat on 90 minutes. We've selected 90 minutes there. And it's not doing anything. We'll only do it on programs D, F, J, so I have no idea where it's up to. So I'll just try something. So that's drain only, and it is drain only. Yeah, it keeps going to rinse and spin, not wash. See, on the washing machine versions, these become wash enhance. On some of the WFs, so we've got B, which won't have it, D, which will give you wash enhance. Obviously non-fast cottons would be, then it would be coloured synthetics, then it would be acrylics, and then you would have to have and wash wool. See? So I think this is running a WF board for some bizarre reason, and they made it just a wash machine only for some reason. So this is why rinse and spins lighting and final spin, because it actually goes pre-wash, wash, rinses, and then obviously spin. But it is a washer dryer. It's got the washer dry door, it's got the washer dry ducting, there is a washer dryer, there you go, and wash wool. Yeah. So this is a WF5 it would be like a 440 or a WF 540 or a 541. Oh well. So essentially, right, if I set these to no spin, so you should have, one would be a temperature and one would be no spin. I think that's temperature and that's no spin, so if I select it there, Also, this is still going. It's been 10 minutes for ages now. Right. Didn't they put a WF 320 board on? Or WF 120 board? Yeah, maybe something like a WF 320, I think. Because it's got washing hands. That's the latest one. But there's definitely no variable spin there. Just temperature. Yep, it's still going. But obviously it will shut off at some point, because it did it yesterday on the complete wash and dry cycle, although by the looks of things it decided to not sense correctly. Now it just won't shut off altogether. We've now been running on dry only for 3 hours. A bit more than that actually, just over 3 hours, yeah. 3 hours, roughly, yeah, 3 hours. And it's still going.